All right, what's up? Welcome back to the Bean Apple Week 9 overreaction show. And I think we're not going to be overreacting this week. We're just going to be in complete and utter shock. I guess this week went all sorts of sideways. I don't think anybody could disagree with that from the very beginning, the Jets Colts game, all the way to last night's. I don't know if you watched that. Last second field
Madness.
66-yard field goal that went off the upright there, and another foot, the Bears win that game. A foot closer, that goes
Yeah.
over. Just an absolutely insane week. I was just watching, like, what is happening? Everything that could have went the wrong way did. I mean, it's hard to say otherwise. Alex barely squeaking out that win, but you got the win. Giants upsetting the Raiders. I think we could very clearly say that. The Raiders have a lot going on, but
Absolutely.
still thought that team would be able to handle the Giants. You guys dismantled the Panthers. And can we talk about the biggest upset of the week? The Bills Jaguars 9-6 game. We got to come back to that because I'm not ready to even dissect what happened there. But man, the Jaguars, Vegas has got to be like, we're out of the betting game. That's it. Like, we're done. That's all I could think at this
Well,
point,
they,
right?
they probably won a lot of money, man. Because I mean, my
Yeah.
parlays included money lines of Buffalo, Cincinnati. I mean, I took Cincy over
Oh,
Cleveland. I thought it was going to be there. I did
hey.
add. I did put New England in my parlay this week because I thought it was going to be a win.
Yeah. Well,
Um, I, I,
little
I
good that did you.
Yeah, a little good that did me.
Oh,
Ravens versus Vikings, what a game that was.
yep. Shouldn't have
I
been.
Yep, shouldn't have been. And
Oh,
honestly, I put the Rams in my parlay, but I'll tell
another
you
one.
what, another one. So, I mean, I lost it with the Bills initially in Cincy early, but
Mm-hmm.
man, Mark's here. The
Yeah.
the the
I
the,
was
the Bills
completely wrong.
fan and
I
and
said,
Travis, congrats, brother. Because I'll tell you what,
yeah, what a win.
good win over Mark's Buffalo Bills right there.
Yep. Mark, I did
Huge.
say I wasn't expecting to see you for a few weeks, but here you are.
Yes.
You showed up, man. But God, what a! I'm sure Travis is
Or
over the moon. And
fired. Man, look at that first sentence, Joe.
wow,
Before the season, it was Buffalo rules the East, and now
right,
it's fire his ass. Get
right.
him
Fire
out.
the offensive coordinator. He has no idea what he's
Get
doing.
rid
Like,
of him. Get him the
oh,
hell out.
oh my God! And the Giants still need to
Oh,
fire. Oh, what? Wait, wasn't it like 3, 4 weeks ago? Garrett had his shit together,
yeah,
and
he had
he
his shit
he
together,
had it
man.
all figured out, and
And
he's
now
back
it's
on the
fire
chopping
him
block.
too.
Ah, New York
Um,
media. I love it. I love it. Yeah, he went off. He went off to the sideline. Oh, you're talking defensive Josh Allen went off in
yeah,
that one.
defensive Josh
Yeah.
Allen. Yeah.
The first time in history a same name defensive player has sacked an offensive player. So, never happened before. And then speaking of betting, did you see that money line bet that somebody made on the Rams to win? $650,000 they put on the money line for the Rams to win. I can't even imagine. Can't even imagine
Thank God I
watching that
only
game.
Thank God my bets on sportsbook, the
God.
DraftKings sportsbook is only like $25 a parlay, so I can
So
stomach
you
a
could sleep at
loss.
night? Yeah. Oh,
Yes.
that's just I can't even imagine like watching that game, and it was never close. Like the Rams never had a chance in that game. It was
No, it was it
the
was
Titans ran
awful from
away
the
with it.
beginning, yeah. And
Yeah.
without Henry. So it was the Tennessee defense. If
Yeah.
you watch that game, it wasn't Tannehill. So before any Tannehill lovers get on the show and start saying how good he played, he looked like shit. He
Yeah.
just did. Somebody carried him again. And don't give me the AP bullshit either. The guy's 36, he averaged 2 yards a carry. He
Mhm.
got in the end zone from a yard or two out. So um,
Yeah.
I,
Yeah,
I,
that
I
game.
I don't know if I'm sold on Tennessee yet, to be quite honest. I mean, they beat a hell of a Rams team.
At
But
home too.
boy, was that adrenaline? I mean, I don't know, or does Vrabel got that D playing As we say in the hockey land, on top of their head right now. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, they're doing something. Maybe he did say that he would. Didn't he say he would give up one of his testicles for a championship?
I thought he did say that.
Yeah, so maybe he
It's a
turned it in.
terrible thing to say
I know, but
because
I mean, in reality,
you
you
have
only
to
need
give it
one.
up.
So
Yeah, you have to get. I mean, do you need either? I mean, I don't
yeah,
know. I
he
mean,
might be done.
it's one
He
of
might be
those
done
things. He
anyway.
may be done. So
Yeah.
back
Man.
to the old. Yeah, you're right, Travis. Man, that Tennessee team, that was shocking, man.
Yeah.
But when Henry went down, I mean, their defense played lights out against the
Oh my
Rams.
God. Yep. What's up, second?
A second.
Yeah, but I mean, even going to we talked about the Browns Bengals game, even that one, like what, 41-16?
Yeah.
What happened to the
Nick
Bengals?
Chubb, my friend. And
Oh, he
again,
went
it
ballistic.
wasn't Baker Mayfield. There's another
went
piece of shit
ballistic.
quarterback. There's another guy.
Yeah, what did
who
he
I
end
don't
up with?
believe. Nothing.
Let's
Absolutely
see.
nothing.
Mayfield
Whoa,
218.
Jacob, pass one 4 out of 5, brother. Be careful.
218 and 2 touchdowns. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Burrow, but that offensive line gave up 5 sacks. He had 2 interceptions in that one. Yeah, just bad. The running game couldn't get going. Nick Chubb went absolutely ballistic. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe they figured out the offense, how to shut down the Bengals, because they copied the Jets' blueprint, I guess. And but also, I mean, how good are the Jets? I mean, you just watched the Rams couldn't even keep up with the Titans, and the Jets handled them with no problem. So they've got to be the best team in football, right?
Gotta be.
It's insane. But
so with Travis on the show, I think we need to give some love to Travis, man, because I'll tell you what, who thought if you had $1 million, honestly, if you had $1 million this past Sunday morning, and they said, you know what, you can put it on any team to win, and we'll triple it, what game would you have bet on?
I would have picked that game.
You would have picked Buffalo.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, maybe the Patriots game, because that Panthers team is terrible.
Okay. I'm talking $1 million.
$1 million. I'm putting it on the Bills. The Bills Jags.
I'm putting it on the Bills Jags, man. And the Jags were like, come down to sunny Florida. Actually, it wasn't even that. It was sunny, but it was cold, man. Remember, it was like 50 something degrees. So,
which again shouldn't have bothered Buffalo.
No. So here's a stat line that should scare Buffalo and KC fans. Their running games suck. Period. Teams are starting to figure out how to stop them.
Non-existent.
Now Allen may come back next week and throw for, I don't know, 350 and 4 touchdowns.
Yep.
But I guarantee you, they're going to have more than 72 yards rushing. Kansas City's in trouble because they don't have a running game. And I watched that game, and all they did was double team Kelsey the whole game. And for whatever reason, once they do that, they're starting to drop back and double team Hill. So who's the guy that's going to open stuff up? Everyone keeps saying they need to sign OBJ. OBJ doesn't need to go to them. They need to block, and they need a running back. Absolutely, Mark. So do you guys.
Yeah. Well, they have one, Zach Moss. They just don't use him.
Yeah, but he got hurt. He got hurt in the game. So I give Buffalo credit. They tried running. I mean, Moss had a whole 3 carries, and Singletary had 6. Yeah. Where's the running game, man? Honestly, where's the running game? Josh Allen, again, led the team in rushing. I mean, that's not Lamar Jackson running. Lamar Jackson's a totally different runner. He does so many different things, but
right.
They need a damn running game.
They do. All these teams do, because once you make a team one-dimensional, it's a lot easier to cover, and that's what both of those teams are running into. It just seemed like they picked up on the Chiefs a little faster than the Bills did. And if they don't find a balance, you're right. Like Josh Allen, no quarterback can just win it on their own every single week.
No.
It's just not going to happen. And if the Jaguars can shut you down, what's going to happen when you're playing a top level defense now that they've got a blueprint for
how to stop you? Yeah. I mean, Travis said it right there. 2 deep defenses killing Kansas City because the running game doesn't scare anybody. I mean, they really don't. Everyone's saying they need an O-line. I don't know if they need an O-line or a running back. I don't know if Clyde Edwards-Helaire is the guy, but he's only in his second year too. You want to give the reins over to him? I don't know.
I don't think he's that good to begin with. To be honest.
I I mean, I don't know. Behind that line, everybody should be good, but even Mahomes is running. I mean, Mahomes has 10 interceptions right now, doesn't he?
I think
Come
so.
on, man. You can't tell me either. Well, I mean, watching the games,
Let's
tons of
see.
pressure on him. He's that no look. That those no look passes aren't working anymore. Tyreek Hill isn't getting past everybody 20 yards down the field anymore.
Right.
There's a safety hanging out. You're not going to do it. They're not going to beat Dallas. I think Kansas City will beat the Raiders because, boy, Raiders are – I feel bad for that team, man, the shit they've gone through. But Dallas looked awful against Denver, I get. But actually, I'm looking forward to the KC-Dallas game in a couple weeks, man. That should be fun to watch.
Right. Yeah, when you're talking about games outside of the comprehension level, like that's another one. Like if I had $1 million, I wouldn't have hesitated to put it on the Cowboys game either. Cowboys at home against the Broncos, no Von Miller, Jerry Jeudy just coming back. How did that happen? I mean, that team was almost shut out for the first time in 30 years at home.
Okay, so they had one bad game. Stop. They've had one bad game this year.
I mean, it's going to happen, but man, that wasn't the game that I expected to see that one-sided. Everything was just insane, absolutely crazy games. That the Dolphins Texans game was one of the worst games ever played in the National Football League.
Yeah, that was terrible.
1-7 teams with 9 combined turnovers in the game.
Bum fight. It's an absolute bum fight.
I mean, you called it as a bum fight, but Jesus, that was another level of terrible. Yeah. Just terrible. And then again, so you got Tyrod back from the injury, but you see that he is struggling mightily. Why do you not put Davis Mills in the game?
Right.
Like at least Mills can move the ball. He's going to make some mistakes, but he's shown that he could at least score some points. And in a 17-9 game, all you needed was a couple points. You know, and that game is yours to have. It's just, man, that was another one I was watching. It's just like, come on, you can't possibly have this many turnovers. These are professional teams, and the Dolphins are bad. The Dolphins are really bad. It's horrendous. The Falcons over the Saints.
That should be reserved for terrorists. You're so stupid. Oh my! So I'm gonna say it before he does. We're chatting back and forth before the games, and he's like, "Yeah, I'll tell you what. I'm Baker today. You know, it's all about Baker Mayfield, which he didn't have a good game, but I go." You want to bet 50? He goes, sure, why not? By like the beginning of fourth quarter, I go, what's your Venmo address, asshole? Fucking lost $50 to Matt. Out of all the people I have to pay money to, it's Matt Mahoney, which I don't dislike. I just dislike him. I just dislike him when we talk about football.
Yeah. Yeah. And Travis, I'm not saying Tyrod's not better, but in that game, you could clearly see that he was not.
Yes.
It wasn't there. So in a game that's that close and Tyrod's already got 4 turnovers, get him out of the game. Just get him out, put Mills in, try again next week type of thing. And especially when it's that close. Why not put Watson in? Or you could do that, right? Once the game started, the NFL can't stop it. So, you know.
Put Watson in.
Can you suspend him in the middle of the game if they were to activate or if they were to throw him in there? I don't know.
Quite honestly, I'd be activating him every week and tell him he's going to start. And if he said I'm not playing, I'd fine him.
Yeah.
I mean, what are you paying him for? What are you paying him $40 million for? That's the weirdest situation, man.
It's great for him.
Like, it's perfect for him. He just practices all week. Remember in Bull Durham when they're like lollygagging around the infield? That's what he's doing. He's lollygagging around practice.
I like Second's idea there.
I think if the Jets beat the Bills and John got I'll take that bet. So what's Joe got to wear when they lose?
Oh, I'm not taking that bet. I don't even know who our quarterback is this week.
Yeah.
God.
The Jets are not beating the Bills. You think the Bills are going to lose to the Jags and Jets back-to-back weeks?
Did you think they were going to lose to the Jags?
Here's the thing, though, Second. I hope the Jets do beat the Bills because if we can beat Cleveland, we'll be in first place. And then everybody's pissed off that the Pats are in first again.
Yeah. Mark's going to lose his shit completely.
You don't want that shit. You don't want Patriots. I'll tell you what. Patriots are a couple games away. I know it's not about almost, but man, they played 3 really tough games, and either of them, they could have went either way. We could very well be in first, and I think we're going to by the end of the year. I'm going to call it.
I think that's crazy talk. But
4 out of 5, 3 in a row, going
dude,
against Cleveland.
yeah,
Nick Chubb is
Cleveland
out this week, my friend. He tested
maybe.
positive for COVID.
Yeah, but he's vaccinated, so he just needs 2 negatives in 24 hours. It's early in the week.
Vaccination don't get rid of COVID. It just lessens the effects. So
yeah, it does.
Travis, come on, man. You know what?
Lord.
I don't think I have a bet with you yet. Let me look at my notes section for bets.
But yeah, for the Patriots, Bengals, Falcons, Titans, Bills, Colts, Bills, Jags, Dolphins. I mean,
we're gonna win 10 games. I will say
10.
that.
I see all losses there.
Oh, losses. What team you looking at? The Jet schedule?
No, Patriots.
Browns, Falcons.
Yep, loss. You
think that? Okay. See, this is why people question our show, Joe.
So I'm looking at
start talking.
I'm looking at a 7-win team here, which I think is what you said at the beginning of the year, wasn't it?
No, I said 10 games.
Oh, well, that's ridiculous.
So between 9 and 10 games. They're gonna split Buffalo. I'm telling you right now, they're gonna split Buffalo. Depending on what Colts team shows up, it's at Indy, so that's gonna be pretty tough. Titans, after watching them beat the Rams, that's a little scary. But I mean, Tannehill, seriously, come on, stop it.
The Rams couldn't stop it.
So their D came alive. Plus, it's Vrabel, so that'll be a tough one. Probably lose to Bills at home.
But even with it, like Mac Jones this week, 139 yards in the game.
Look, okay, let's talk about that win. I'll talk about it. It was an ugly-ass win. That game was gross to watch, and it was my team. I'm happy that they won. And, again, this week I was never worried about them winning the game. Even with Christian McCaffrey back, he couldn't run. I don't know why they didn't keep throwing it to him. They probably would have picked him apart all game. How about this? If the Pats lose, then John got to wear a Jets hat. But if the Browns win, then Joe got to wear a Pats hat.
That would mean I have to buy a Patriots hat.
Ooh, that means I have to buy a Jets hat. That's gross. That's like...
Which means that I immediately have to throw it away after the show.
Hold on, we can just send it to each other, Joe.
Oh, just mail them across?
Yeah, we just mail them across.
Oh, God. That's not really the bet that I want to take against the Bills.
No, I know it isn't. But anyways, the Pats win was ugly. I know it was. I love how our D's starting to play, though. I truly do. J.C. Jackson with a couple more interceptions this week.
Well, I mean, to be fair, though, Sam Darnold threw them directly at him as though he was the receiver.
He was seeing ghosts again. Darnold has thrown like 11 interceptions.
That end zone interception, that end zone interception that J.C. Jackson caught, he was standing directly in front of the receiver. Like there was nothing the receiver could even do besides just tackle him. Like that's all he could have done was just offensive pass interference, which is what he should have done because
he read the play, Joe. That's all. He read the play. He was staring his eyes down. He was staring that. Honestly, he was staring that receiver down that whole time.
He was in front of the receiver. Why would you even throw it when he let the ball go? He was in front of the receiver.
That's why it was so great. He should have dropped that with all the pressure on him. I was
like, he's terrible. Let's see.
Hand the ball. You know what, Matt? I don't disagree with that. Between him and Harris, man, I think we got a great 1-2 punch. Mm-hmm. Stevenson better not fumble the ball again, though, because he'll be on the practice squad. Oh yeah, big time.
I mean, I know he had a good game this week, but I don't know if that was just. But with Bill, you can't tell. Like he had a good game a few weeks ago, and then poof, gone. So
Matt, you know who else I like out of the backfield, who I'm really starting to like receiving is Brandon Bolden a little bit too. I know you didn't have a big game this week, but like him and Stevenson are both catching a couple passes out of the backfield. I mean, I like our running backs a lot. I agree. Let's keep running the ball. I'm fine with that. But I mean, we got to open up the offense sooner or later. And this week against
130 yards passing every week.
No, and still win, but
Yeah.
I like to see a couple more touchdowns here and there. And he's starting to find Hunter Henry. You know what I mean? Absolutely, Matt, I couldn't agree more. Just because he's from OU, I'm not going to dog him. I like Stevenson a lot. I thought he looked good. I thought it was a great pick. What'd we go? Oklahoma, no, Alabama, Bama, Oklahoma, I believe. So our first four picks this year. So far so good.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I mean Bolden can play too. I love our running backs. I do. I was a little wary when we trade Sony and Harris went down for a little bit.
Right.
Stevenson
Right.
was in the doghouse, but it's all starting to play part. And I'll tell you what, if we don't get rid of Wynn, Matt, I know we were talking about this earlier. Isaiah Wynn is going to kill Mac Jones, single-handedly kill Mac Jones on that line.
Hmm.
That blast he took, man, was ferocious.
How about the nice ankle twist? Dirty play.
He was
Dirty
trying to
play.
tackle him.
You can't grab onto somebody's ankle and
He wasn't even
twist it.
close to the
That's-
ball. Yeah, you know
it
what?
was- come on, you got to admit it. You got to admit it. He shouldn't even. First, he kicked his legs up trying to trip him, and then he just reaches out and grabs onto his ankle and hangs on for dear life. Like,
Hey, you know what, Joe? It's like holding. It's like holding. They hold every play. That's not fair either. Someone's trying to hold every play. All right.
I don't know if
That was holding. He was holding him.
yeah, I don't know if blood sport on the football field is actually
He was
the
holding
same
his
as holding.
ankle.
I mean,
come on. Mac Jones is like what, 212 soaking wet. I mean, the guy who just killed him is like 250. You think he's
Yeah.
gonna rip his ankle off?
no, he's just trying to tear every ligament in his knee by twisting.
Stop, Joe.
I don't know.
Stop.
He's bought into the Patriots way. I mean, that's all I'm going to say.
Stop.
He's bought in. So take out the players. I love it.
Stop.
No, all right. So let's talk about a couple other shocking games.
Let's do it.
So I picked the Falcons to beat the Saints,
You did. I didn't.
and they squeaked it out. But yeah, that Saints team, like we were talking about going into the show, you can't figure out who they are. Like it's so they're just all over the place.
Yeah.
It's so weird to see, and especially at home, you'd think they would have been able to handle the Falcons, but the Falcons are surprising. They're hanging around. They're 4-4. The Giants 23-16 over the Raiders. I mean, Derek Carr could not get it going at all. I mean, but nothing about this game really stood out. I mean, Daniel Jones 15 for 20 for 110 yards. 110 yards passing. That's a quarterback. That's like running back numbers.
So, if you look at all the fantasy numbers this week for quarterbacks,
Oh, they're
you got to
horrific.
look at like Matt Ryan. You got to look at Lamar Jackson had a huge game. Justin Herbert had a good game. But a lot of these other quarterbacks, I mean, Stafford sucked for numbers.
Burrow, terrible.
Packers, Joe Burrow, terrible. Carr, okay. I think he almost hit 300.
Yeah, but he had 2 interceptions.
True.
But
and
Darren
then
Waller did come back to life.
Yeah, he did. He had what, 7 catches for
7 for 92.
92. So there we
Yeah.
go. I mean, somebody got to catch the ball there, right?
Yeah. Yep.
But
quarterback play was horrific this week.
awful, man.
Everything was horrific.
Awful. It really was. It was just. I mean, how did the Chiefs only win by 6 points against an Aaron Rodgers less team?
I don't know. That's another. That's I was gonna get to that one in a second. That one's just insane. Like,
Yeah.
one, Jordan Love's supposed to be the future there. That's what they're banking on for next year, when Aaron Rodgers leaves and goes to whoever wants to sign that diva. But going up against the worst defense in football, he couldn't do anything.
No.
That was, I mean, that's got to be more concerning for a Packers fan than just
Is it
about
though?
anything.
I mean, honestly, is it? He didn't suit up last year. He wasn't
Yeah.
ready last year. He's
So he's
obviously
had-
not ready this year.
He's had a year and a half to get up to game speed. I mean,
So,
sat-
but he
sat
did
the
not
bench.
suit up once last year, Joe. Not
Right.
once.
but even if he suits up, what does that change? I mean, he's still practicing.
What I'm saying
He's-
is he
he's
couldn't
still
even be a
watching-
backup last year.
Yeah. But I mean, whether you're suited up or not, you're still standing on the sideline watching Aaron Rodgers play. So, and you step in and you're 19 for 34, 190, a touchdown and an interception. And the worst part of that, poor Jordan Love. Did you see where they put his family?
No.
The very top row of the stadium. His girlfriend and mom are sitting the very top row up against the wall.
How are you going to do that to the guy?
I don't know.
Man?
And on top of that, like, he was still a first round pick. You can't buy your mom and your girlfriend good seats. Really, even if they're not going, if the Packers
they
aren't
should have
gonna
been
hook
in
you
the
up,
owner's box, man. They should have been in the owner's box watching that game. Come on.
absolutely. But you're a first round pick. You got millions of dollars. Rent out the suite. I would have rented out an entire suite at no matter what cost and had all of my family and friends there. It's your first NFL start. How could and all you got is your mom and your sister sitting up there trying to figure out if the game even started. Like,
Right.
Come on, that's terrible. But
So do you think during that game, Joe, at certain points during that game, the owner of the Packers texted Aaron Rodgers and said, "Name a price. just name a price.
yeah,
We'll figure it out later, man. You
Right.
want Devontae back? We'll sign Devontae too.
yeah,
Name a price for you two, and we will bring you back."
right. It was probably I'm sorry for everything I did. I'm wrong. You're right. I'm ugly. You're handsome.
Yeah.
You're smart. I'm not so smart. You know?
Chubbs McGavin, man, right? Chubbs McGavin.
God.
Stafford. So what are we talking about? Stafford questionable to pick up Hill or Wentz. Who's Indy playing this week? I mean, not to jump ahead, but we can.
No, Indy's a good play this week. They have Washington, I believe. Jaguars. They got the Jaguars at home.
So I'm starting Wentz over Mahomes this week. Just if that tells you anything about Carson Wentz, I'm starting Wentz over Mahomes. In fact, I'm doing it right now. I forgot to save it last week, and it cost me a win.
And the Saints against the Titans, after the way the Titans defense played, and you just watch Stafford stumble. Are you going to put your trust in Hill?
Now the Saints are going to beat the Titans. You watch. It's going to be weird next week. It's going to be weird, man.
I wouldn't start Hill at quarterback ever.
I wouldn't even consider Hill a quarterback.
No. All he does is take direct snaps and run. He's
Doesn't
terrible.
do anything.
It's like watching a worse version of Tim Tebow. It's really what it is out there.
Look, don't mention Tebow around Travis, man. He doesn't like that shit.
I don't think. You had him for a cup of coffee. The Jets had him for a cup of coffee, and so did Travis. So we all could have had the jerseys. We just chose to save our money.
Had the jerseys.
What did John? What did you say to Travis? Let's see.
Sorry, Jumpy, what do you say?
Or do I get Jimmy G? Wait, no, go. Yes, I can go with Wentz, man.
What I said was I'm starting Wentz over Mahomes this week.
Oh yeah, he says he's going.
And I
got to go with Wentz.
Yeah, I have to go Wentz. So you look at Wentz; he's thrown I think like 16 touchdowns the last 5 or 6 games. And Mahomes thrown like 10 interceptions in that time.
Yeah, he's looked good. He's definitely looked good. And
I know.
How do you like Mahoney's question there? I'm gonna let you handle that one.
Where is it? Tennessee went. Stop it. Stop, Matt. Come on, man. Oh, hold on. You're gonna make me pull up Tennessee's schedule now. Well, they're probably playing Houston 2 more times. Let's see. They got Saints, Texans. Okay, you may got me. Okay. Oh boy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yes?
Okay. I'll say 12. I'll say 12. Come on, they got the Texans twice. They got Miami in there. There's 3.
Yeah.
There's 10 wins. And they'll squeak one out against probably they're not beating the Patriots, I'll tell you that right now. They'll probably beat the Saints the way they looked last week. I'm sorry, without Jameis, that team doesn't look the same. And then you throw the Jags in there.
I don't know if I don't know if the Titans just stepped up for that game because I find it hard to believe that they're going to be able to do that every week.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe they can. But
Travis did
it's
have
just,
them at 14-3, didn't he?
it's just hard to believe without Henry that they're going to be able to sustain that.
That's my only thing. What's going to happen when there's zero rushing game in Tannehill?
I don't know. But
I do because they're not going to have the running game. Patriots can shut down a one-dimensional offense. They can.
yeah.
I just don't think Tannehill's good enough. Now the Titans' defense may beat him, but I don't think Tannehill will. Travis, that's just what I'm thinking.
So that would probably put them as the number 1 seed, though. I don't think anybody in the AFC East is going to AFC is going to get there. I mean, the Bills.
I think Baltimore maybe would have a chance. I think
that's
Baltimore
kind of
has a
so
chance.
that was so you're walking right into my question, and I appreciate it. So the Bills might have a chance if they right the ship, get things going again. But Baltimore, it took overtime and a field goal to beat the Vikings at home. So that's another one. Like, what do you think of that team?
So, man, you look at the Vikings, that +3 differential. It's not like they don't score points. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Their losses have been 2 points. 4 points, 3 points, 7 points, 1 point, and 3 points. And they've lost 3. They lost by 3 to the Bengals, 1 to the Cardinals. That was a game.
Yep.
Browns, they were within 7. Cowboys, they lost by 4. Now the Ravens 3. That's 4 really good games that could have went either way. But again, that just shows that they're not there. But they're not a terrible team. You know, they're playing good teams very tough. But
that's what we talked about. The talent on the offense alone should be able to keep them in games.
And it is, though. I mean, that's the thing. Their losses aren't by a lot. So I guess we probably could have looked at that.
Yeah, but so to be honest, I didn't watch the end of the Ravens game. I saw that interception that Anthony Barr had.
Yeah.
Of Jackson there in overtime, and I thought that was going to seal it. I don't know what happened, how the Ravens got the ball back. So I apologize for that.
Minnesota punted, I believe.
They had a punt on that?
I thought so.
Oh my God! See, and that's what we talk about.
Because they got some penalty. It was like back-to-back penalties, I want to say, or there was a penalty that it was like a 2nd and 25 or something like that just killed the drive.
Yeah, and see that's the Kirk Cousins effect, though. I think like a lot of other quarterbacks would have been able to overcome that, but he doesn't have that in him. I've never seen that like killer instinct that you see in the great quarterbacks. But you know, the Ravens, it still took a lot to get past the Vikings at home.
Yeah.
That's kind of questionable. The Chargers, I mean, they're in first place now in their division. Are they going to continue to run away with it? I mean, they handled the Eagles. Yeah. It was a 3-point win, so they didn't blow the Eagles out. So does that team continue to climb? And I know, you know, Alex loves his Justin Herbert, but you know, it was a tight game against the Eagles. Hurts was running all over the field. I don't know what his final rushing numbers looked like, but every time that game come on, he was running. So 10 for 62. So really nice game there. Yeah, that's a.
I get it.
That is true.
But good teams find a way to win. You know what I mean? Good teams always find a way to win. I don't care if you win by 1 or 50. What does it matter? You know what I mean? So Matt asked me 10 or 11 games. I don't know if Kansas City's going to get to 9 if they keep playing the way they are. I'm sorry. If Aaron Rodgers played the other night, Kansas City's losing by 30. I'm sorry. I mean, Aaron Rodgers would have killed them. Travis, you mentioned the Tennessee defense. I agree that would be tough. I mean, I think that would be a very low-scoring game, Patriots and Tennessee. Not to get back on that. I think it will. Shaney, you're right. Baltimore's running game, boy. Lamar, I'll tell you what, if Lamar keeps it up, man, and they keep winning, look out for him to win another MVP because he's doing a lot on his own.
Yeah, he definitely is. And Alex is right there. The Chargers schedule is tough to finish out. I don't know. Vikings, Steelers, at the Broncos, at the Bengals, versus the Giants. There's an easy win. Chiefs, Texans, there's an easy one. Broncos and Raiders to close it out. So, yeah, the Broncos and Raiders, you can't figure those teams out. I mean, they could be great or they can lay an egg. I mean, it's hard to say. But this Vikings Steelers defense is still good. Their offense
Yes.
might be struggling, but that defense is really solid. Then they got to go to Denver. I know it's a conference game. They're used to playing in Denver, but it's still hard to play in Denver. And then the Bengals, if they figure out that offense and whatever the hell's going on there, that's still a powerful offense.
Yeah.
So, they've got a nice test coming up here in the next 4 games. If they could run through that, they should have enough momentum to carry them to the finish line. Because then they got Giants, Chiefs, and Texans.
Now, Alex, I don't think Kansas City has an easy schedule going ahead. They got the Raiders twice. They got the Cowboys, Broncos twice. Broncos just played a really good game. I don't know if they can do it again. They got to play the Chargers. They got to play the Steelers and at Cincy. So, I mean, the division games are always tough. Look for the Raiders to probably split at least. Cowboys are going to be tough to beat. Chargers are going to be tough to beat. And Steelers and Bengals. That's what I mean, man.
Yeah.
I mean, Kansas City could win.
They could lose all of those games.
That's what I mean. They could. So, I mean, to even get to 9 games, I think is going to be, if they keep playing the same way. Now, if the old Kansas City comes out, yeah, they'll probably win a bunch more. But, man, they just have looked like shit all year long. Not shit, but not Kansas City. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, and you stated it perfectly. I mean, they were a home game against an Aaron Rodgers-less Packers team, and they won 13-7.
Yeah, agreed, Shanny. Yes, 13-7. I mean, come on.
That game should have been 45-7.
Yeah,
You're
right.
And like you said, if Rodgers would have played, it would have been 45-13.
Yeah,
it's bad.
I don't
the Packers
get it.
should have won that game easy.
Yeah,
but
and
terrible,
they couldn't do anything.
No. But what I think you're probably shocked about as well is the Cardinals, with what you said was the ageless Colt McCoy. He keeps firing, man. I mean, he's kind of there with who else did you say makes a career backup that just keeps making money? I don't remember who you referred to. Keeps bouncing around and.
It was the dude from Bama years ago. What's his name?
McCarron?
Yes.
AJ McCarron,
yeah.
It just kept bouncing around, and then
4 or 5 million a year as a backup.
Yeah.
You know,
or
what I mean?
Chase Daniels from Missouri too. He same way, bounce around, making millions. I think one of the contracts he got was like $8 million a year
with Washington.
So
wasn't it Washington or something?
It was either
like
Washington
that?
or the Saints. I can't remember what it was. Just insane. But Colt McCoy is kind of the same way. He just keeps hanging around, and when he's called in, he wins.
Right.
He did it. He did it a couple years ago too. I think with Washington, right?
Yep.
Or was it the Giants? Somebody, but he had to come in.
Washington, I thought.
Yeah. So, but yeah, Cardinals without Kyler Murray and without DeAndre Hopkins, 31-17 victory over 49ers. Like that's saying something, And the only game they lost was because AJ Green retired in the end zone in the fourth quarter. There, like if he all he has to do is turn around, and that's a touchdown right in his stomach. Like. Just gave up. So they could potentially be a 9-0 team right now, but it took everything the Packers and Aaron Rodgers had to beat them, which was incredible. And this team,
right.
Man, Kyler should be back this week, and man, watch out. I mean, that team's rolling. I mean,
San Fran's not good. Yeah, San Fran is not. I thought they were going to be a lot better, obviously, but
I did as well.
You know what? We'll have to go back and look at our predictions too, because
I think
I know a couple of mine.
Yeah, I did call the Cardinals winning the division. So
you did, and I didn't. I didn't at all.
Well, I have to say I didn't see that. Darnold has a fractured fleduba. He's going to miss some time.
Fractured fleduba. Oh boy.
God bless. Thank you for that second round pick. At least we got something for him. I mean.
Yeah.
Second and a
PJ
fourth.
Walker and Matt Barkley in the wins waiting.
Yeah. Matt Barkley, he's another. Just continues to hang around the league and just
9 seasons he's played.
That's incredible. That's incredible. Every USC quarterback ends up being a great backup.
How bad is it that you pull up a picture of Matt Barkley on ESPN? He plays for Carolina. He's wearing a Buffalo jersey, and it says Tennessee Titans under his name.
He's not even worth updating the website on.
You guys,
Oh,
seriously,
God.
you guys got to check this shit out. Go on ESPN, go into Carolina's depth chart, look at Matt Barkley. Matt Barkley, it is freaking hilarious. Oh, that poor
God.
guy.
But he's making more money than we are, so
OBJ
yeah.
just signed with the Winnipeg. OBJ's done. The guy's
Yeah.
done. He was done 2 years ago. When he hurt his
Yep.
knee, he was done.
He's finished. I hope nobody signs him. That's what I hope
Somebody will.
I know they will, but I really hope they're just like, you know what? Keep the drama. We don't need you because there's no contender right now that is a wide receiver away from winning their division,
No.
and he's only going to a contender. Like I'm sure the Lions would have scooped him up if he wouldn't have made that comment about.
Would they though? Who wants to pay
They have-
$7 million for him?
Who are they paying?
No one. But do you really want him in your clubhouse as a young team? And I mean, at one
Do you
time the
wanna-
guy had a lot of talent, and
Yeah.
he just doesn't anymore.
But do you want to win a game this season? Because it doesn't look like they're going to. So
I mean, why win one? You know what? Let's
because
get that
everybody
number
else
one
is
pick
hasn't
and-
everybody else won too? No, the Dolphins haven't. Which
Yeah,
they're
Dolphins
giving
won.
back to. They're giving back to. Or no,
Dolphins won too. They beat.
Oh,
Houston
the
this
Texans.
week.
I mean, the Texans.
Yeah.
So yeah, and the Dolphins are giving up their first round pick, right, to the Eagles. So the Eagles are going to get because they
For
traded back up. Remember,
what,
they traded
for Waddle?
back. They traded back, and then remember they traded back with San Francisco, and then traded back up to the Eagles spot
For Waddle
in the draft, and
That's
they gave
right.
up that first round. They gave up the first. They got 2 first rounders to move back. Gave one back up to move up to the Eagles. So the Eagles have their pick. I don't know. I'm guessing it's the first pick, but
Oh boy.
that's going to be. So kind of like how we were making fun of the Texans for getting hosed out of a top pick by the Dolphins. I guess
Yeah.
karma comes back to finish things off, which is
does.
insane. So, yeah, I mean, I guess he could go to the Raiders now that, that's probably the only fit at this point. Now that they've lost Ruggs, they need a wide receiver. Maybe he goes there, and yeah, that's where else could he go? That's a contender that needs a wide receiver. They all have
Right.
good wide receivers. That's why they're contenders. So-
Right now, Philly would have the number 3 pick and a number 7 pick. The Jets would have the number 4 and the number 11.
Russell Wilson should be back this week too. So unfortunately, he's not going to miss the 8 weeks that I was hoping. But
Right.
what are you going to do? And then let's see. Yeah, we talked about the Titans Rams. That Monday night game. You watched the game last night, right? Did you catch any of it?
Little bit, not a whole lot last night. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. So that game was disgusting.
It was-
Absolutely
that's why I
disgusting to
couldn't
watch.
stop. That's why I couldn't keep watching it.
I think I turned it off like halfway through the third quarter because it was pathetic from both sides of the ball. And then all of a sudden I get a notification that Khalil Herbert's in the red zone, which thank you, did nothing for me. And the score was, I don't remember, but they were down by a touchdown. And I was like, wait a second, what just happened? Incredible fourth quarter. Justin Fields actually looked like he kind of took a step forward there in the fourth quarter. He was making some good throws. I'm curious to see what his sack total. He was only sacked 3 times this week. So
That's it.
massive improvement, 291 yards, passing, touchdown, interception, and 45 yards rushing on 8 carries. So a step in the right direction for Fields, I think. He had a 54 QBR, which was better than Ben Roethlisberger. That team, like we were talking about with the Bears, they got a good defense. They win games that you're not expecting them to win. And like we said, that 64, I think it was, yard field goal to win the game.
Yeah.
Hit right off the cross beam and didn't bounce over. So 2 feet forward, and
That's just insane.
that probably goes over, and they win that game. So that's how close the Steelers are to a 5-4 or a 4-4 record, which is crazy.
Insane. Yeah.
Absolutely crazy. But it's good to see these young guys taking a step forward. I'm sure Travis got scared a little bit there when did you see Trevor Lawrence got knocked out of the game for a little bit there? And
And then he came back. Yeah. Then he came back.
I think his ankle taped up. Came back in, looked good. He looked good again. I want to see what his final stats look like. Where is it? There it
So
is.
I'm going to answer real quick, Mark.
Yeah.
The Bills.
No,
honestly,
he didn't have good stats. Never mind.
1, 2, 3.
15 for 26 for 118 yards. I retract my previous statement.
So honestly, Mark, I see him winning 11 games. That's what I see him winning.
Oh.
If you look at their schedule, they should win 11 games.
So they got 6 more wins in them?
Yeah, I think so.
Let's see. So at the Jets, that's a loss. First the Colts, that's a loss. Saints and Patriots, they'll win. You think they'll? What do you think for that Bucks game at Tampa? Think they win?
I think
one?
Tampa. No, they don't win. They don't beat Tampa.
Okay, they beat the Panthers.
Yep.
At New England.
I think New England will split with them. I think personally.
Falcons. Hard to judge.
I think they'll beat Atlanta.
It is a home game, so yeah, probably. Yeah. And then home against the Jets to close it out. So they'll probably split. I think the Jets will probably take it at home after a real rough loss, but no, I'm kidding. They're going to get swept. But we'll see. What if the Mike White action or the Mike White hype, the great white hype continues now that he can feel his fingers again?
Once you lose to the Jags, what game is a gimme? Travis, my brother doesn't mean that, man. Don't go after him.
Yeah, I mean they played well, but yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I mean,
I think 11. I think they'll win 11.
Yeah, but if they do, that's still not enough to take. That's not even close to touching the Titans if they continue on.
No. I mean, honestly, right now, I think you'll see Baltimore or Tennessee. We're about halfway through the season, right? So we can
are.
Start
this was the halfway point.
Yeah, we can start looking at our predictions for the second half. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's gonna be tough, but a little more accurate than when we started at. That's for sure. Yeah. Well, after this week, it's hard to tell anything.
At 12-5, Shane. God, I hope you're right, man. I'm thinking 10-7, but I'll take 12-5.
You're telling me the Patriots are going to lose one more game this year? Really? I don't think so.
Joe, you just said with this straight face that the Jets were beating the Bills, so.
But then I immediately said, I'm kidding.
You did redact it. I get it. Or I should say retract it.
I retracted it. Yeah.
You definitely didn't redact it.
I took my Sharpie. So Browns, Falcons, Titans, Bills, Colts, Bills again. I mean that slate right there. Titans, Bills, Colts, Bills. That's going to be tough. That's going to be tough to say that you're not going to lose more than one game in there. And if I mean, of course, you get the Browns when Chubb is out. Just works out for the Patriots.
Thank God. Please test positive. I don't want him to be sick. I just want him to test positive 2 more times. That's all.
And it sucks that Hunt's not in the game either. So
no, it doesn't.
But that Dearness Johnson, when he looked pretty good when he got some run. So he would be the one and only running back on the team.
Right.
So it'd be interesting to see what he's going to do when he gets the bulk of the carries with nobody to split with. I don't know. So yeah, so that wraps up all the games. Is Hunt back? I just looked. He's still on the IR.
Yeah, it's showing still on the IR.
Let's see. Let me jump over there. Check injuries.
Kareem.
Let's see. Felton, Hunt. Oh, they already said Chubb is out for Tuesday. I don't see him.
He's showing IR. Yeah.
Unless he's. I mean, I know he was supposed to be out a couple weeks, but 21 days ago, he was placed on the IR.
Kareem Hunt on the injured reserve on October 12th.
Yeah, so he's got to miss one more game, right? It's 4 games for IR, right?
Is it 3 or 4? It depends. I thought it was 3 or 4.
Oh, well, maybe he's back. But this
is still showing IR. I mean, that means he's not practicing today. So you tell me he's going to hit practice Wednesday, and I don't know.
Yeah.
Comes off tomorrow.
But is he ready?
Right.
Well, that's not good news for you because Kareem Hunt's very good.
Well, I mean, let's put it this way: he is very good, but I would rather not face. Oh, they can practice on IR. How is that? How can they do
I thought
that?
they have to be. I thought they have to be taken off IR. Then they get 21 or 14 days. Is it 14 or 21 days to be activated? I didn't know they could practice on injured reserve.
Huh, I didn't know that. Okay.
So, all right. Well, that's going to be something to watch for your guys' game because that's a big difference. It's a big difference because then you've got to be a little worried about the running game.
Oh, absolutely.
And if Baker Mayfield torches you guys, you might not be able to come on the show because Matt's going to give you a world of shit.
I may have a torn Fladuba that day.
You might. So that's going to be so much fun.
Just have a torn Fladuba.
I can't wait for that game now. Oh God. All right. Yeah. So that basically takes care of everything. Yeah, he can play if he has 2 negative tests, but he's got to get healthy real fast for that to happen. And then I would say we could preview the Thursday night game, but do you know what it is?
No, it's a terrible one, isn't it?
It's a Ravens win. It's a Ravens win.
Oh, see, but that's what we always say.
Well, it's a home game. It's a home game for the Dolphins, but do you think the Dolphins are going to anything could happen, right? I mean,
yeah.
I think we just proved that. We just proven that this week, but this is I can't see the Ravens stumbling too much in this game. So
no,
only
but
7.5 points.
Yeah. Wow.
We'll see.
Now, if I was going to pick a 5-team parlay money line, I'd probably go Dallas, Indy, Buffalo, Tampa. Actually, I'd go Pitt. Probably there's 6 games. Arizona. God, I may play a 17 parlay and not win a game next week.
God, you could probably go with like a 12-team parlay.
Right.
It's crazy. Yeah, it's so lopsided. Bills at Jets. Bills are already 13-point favorites.
That's what we thought last week, though, too. I thought. That's what we thought last week.
Cowboys are 9-point favorites. Colts are 10.5-point favorites. Steelers are 9-point favorites. Bucks are 9.5-point favorites. Cardinals are 10-point favorites. And then it kind of evens out a little bit there, but massive spreads to start the week. I mean, definitely a good time to get your money on, right?
No.
I mean, if you're going to put a parlay together, this is when you want to do it. So before that line starts shifting in the other direction, I think. So, all right. Well, I think that wraps it for this show. So we will be back. We'll do the preview show. We'll put out the preview shows for the week. Try and do a DraftKings show again. We missed this week, but we'll try and get one going. I think it's sand. I think he got sand in there. So he should have flushed it out and be good to go. From what I've seen, I think he is expected to go this week. So, 21 days. And then we'll be back, obviously, Sunday morning. We'll do our Sunday morning show as usual. Break it all down, especially this Browns-Patriots game. Ooh. That's going to be a fun one to update. Ooh. I can't wait. I'm definitely going to be keeping an eye on the Browns news this week, which has never happened in my life. So we'll see what they're going to do. And after blowing the Bengals out, you should be a little bit worried. So
not worried.
We'll see. Who are they going to take out of the game? Landry? Nah.
I'm not worried about the passing game. I'm worried about the running game.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what they open up with. But yeah. Keep an eye out for the preview shows. Please continue to subscribe. Tell all your friends. As John says, tell your wives, tell your girlfriends. Just don't tell your wives and your girlfriends. And don't do that. And we'll definitely we'll be back. So like the episode as well. If you're still watching, click it so more people get to watch it. And until then, we'll catch you guys on the weekend. Have a great week, and we will see you soon.
Peace.
Later.